Hey, everybody. Okay. I think we're good. I think so. Pretty sure. Oh, okay. Oh boy. I don't care for this part. These friggin' passwords. Numbers like that. I'm enjoying this game, but I want to move on to other games that I'm interested in playing too. And I'm just tired of putting in a friggin' long password like this. Because this game is fun. I just wish it had a save feature. Oh. You can't just play this for a few minutes and then be like, oh, well, you know, I'll play a little later too. Like, well, you can, but man, friggin' passwords. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay, alright. Map up, make sure, oops, make stuff, mark stuff as I go. Oh, we're basically ready to start tackling this area. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, let's do it. That's right. Oh, right. Okay, so purple is max. Okay, just gotta refresh myself a little here, but yeah, I think we're good to go. Dang, that thing spawned right on top of me. I'm gonna finish these enemies off and then readjust my chair. I feel like I'm sitting a little too close, actually. I think that's probably good somewhere around there. So, the last time I played this, I mentioned about, like, I thought it was really weird that you only, like, yo, Techno, welcome back, dude. How's it going for you, man? I was mentioning about, like, the attack. I was like, why do I have so many more defense power-ups than attack? And I thought maybe I missed something, but turns out I didn't. I guess it's just kind of an awkward thing about this game is that, whoa! Is that, I guess you can get like 6 or 7 defense power-ups, but the game only has like 4 attack power-ups, which I find like really strange. It's just like, why? But apparently that's how it is. So I haven't missed any. It's just they're more rare. Techno, are you still there, man? I have a little surprise for you. You just hang tight for a second. We did it. We did it. There you go, dude. Finally got it. Yeah, dude. It's in great condition too, man. This thing is very nice. I'm very happy with it. The manual, I'd say, is it's in good shape. The discs are in really good shape. They're great. I think not a scratch on them. I did replace the case, the outside of the case, because I have a bunch of extra cases, so it's nice and shiny and stuff. Overall, it's in very good condition. Because condition is very important to me, and very happy. Giant crack. Oh, boo. I hate getting a big old crack or anything like that. But I mean, I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but the discs, I mean, they're brand new. I mean, they're in friggin' great condition, which is very important to me too. Yeah, so I don't know when I'm gonna play it, just being honest here. But we got the hard part out of the way. We got it. So I was, as soon as it arrived, I was thinking of you, man. I was like, he's got to know about this. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, fair enough, man. Oh yeah, I need to mark the map as I go. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm really excited because I've actually I've been working on the PlayStation games lately. That's been my main focus for the last, I don't know, a couple months. And I'm really happy because man, that stuff hurts so bad. It just touched me for a moment. But I've actually gotten quite a few PlayStation games acquired recently, and I'm really happy about. And we got some other RPGs as well that I'm looking forward to. Hey, Ded. Good evening to you too. The question mark. Didn't notice that at first. But yeah, we got Persona 1 and 2. I've heard those are really good. Actually, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually. So I heard those were good. Got Tales of Destiny 1 and 2. Heard those were good. Threads of Fate. What's that other one? What's that other one? That's supposed to be pretty good. Crikey, what is that? I don't know. Demon's Crest and Undertale. I got a new thing to annoy. Nice. Game audio seems a bit high, or maybe it's just that one gun. I wonder if it's my speakers again. My speakers might be a little loud. Here, I'm gonna... Let me know if it's too loud now. Does this sound loud while I'm talking and stuff? Or is it is it okay now? Yeah, how's it? Because it might... Oh. Alright, hang on. I don't know why my volume is weird lately. Give me just a second, please. I gotta figure this out. Testing. Okay, I think I see what's going on. I have a bit of a out of the normal audio setup, and sometimes it gets a little finicky, but when it works properly, it's awesome. It does everything I need it to do. But then as soon as it gets screwy, then it's just like, ugh. Okay, I think I've got it where it needs to be now. I think. It's just me, but your speech seems to be peaking too. Not sure what you mean by that, Tenmachi. Also, welcome back. Does this sound like any better? Like, is it like... Because I would think this should be better. Let me know, please. Also, welcome back, Frost. Yo. I didn't like break chat, did I? Everything seems okay now, though Tenmachi is right. There might be some slight clipping on the voice. Also, the camera looks like it's like a little high. Nothing to do with that, but you know, I just happened to notice. Might as well fix that. Okay. Slight clipping, yeah. That's all right. No, I'm glad to know. I'm just I'm not sure what it could be. Like is it cutting out or something? Is what you mean? Like, because I just don't understand what clipping means. I guess that's the issue. Seems that... Thank you, Tinker Toy. Thank you. Just distorting slightly when it hits the max input the mic can handle. Oh, like a distortion. Well, that could be just my own fault for being too close or something. Where's the game? Well, okay. Maybe if I, it seems that the gain is already all the way down, but maybe I just need it a little further away from me. I'll try that. Because I did have it kind of close, honestly. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. Tinker Toy, thank you so much. Oh, okay. Okay. See, it's like I'm familiar with what it is, I just don't know the terminology. That gets me a lot. Dang. Dang. I'm having another audio issue. My speakers are back on, but I'm not getting audio for myself. I'm trying to figure out why. Because it's for some reason routing it through my mic. Like I said, I have kind of a strange audio setup, but when it works, it freaking works good. Ugh. Okay, Tinker Toy. Let me check something. Let's see here. No. Testing. Okay. I think we're good. Like... Yeah. We're good now, right? Like, the game audio is not too loud. Voice is good now? Okay. Literally all I did was uncheck a box that does this audio routing that normally I have checked. Then I checked it again, and now everything seems like it's working properly, I think. Anyway, let me know if it's not, but I think it's sometimes it gets finicky. I think it's just one of those things. I think. It's just like sometimes, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it just needs to be reset because I haven't changed anything now at this point. It's exactly as it was before when you guys were mentioning it. So I think it just, and I can see too, like, it was somehow routing the audio through my microphone, which is not what I want. The game audio was. But now that I've checked and unchecked it and reset it, it seems fine. So, cool. Just glad it seems to be routing properly. Sorry about that, everybody. I'll have to remember that. I guess maybe that's just a little glitch in the system. Testing, testing. Testing microphone audio. Okay. Let me know if it's like the microphone is too loud or anything, because I actually changed the volume of it a little bit here and there. Predictable in its behavior, mostly. It doesn't like to listen to me. It likes to do its own thing. Aw, poor Frost. Hey, XN, welcome back. Alright, well, let us hopefully continue there. Okay, alright. Thank you, by the way, for the help with the audio. I appreciate it, because audio is important. Important to me. Man, things really hurt in this area. A lot. My goodness, I take a lot of damage here. Hey, that's a shield upgrade. I definitely would like that. I would love a weapon upgrade. It's just unfortunate because, for those of you that might have missed it, I guess there's only 4 in the whole game. It's really weird, because it looks like there should be more, but apparently not. Wow, cool. I believe we are maxed out on our shields now. So if you look there, it's like, okay, you got 7 shields. I think that's max anyway. But then, you know, can you get 7 gun attack power up? But no, apparently not. You look like you need one of your hats. I may. I did cut my hair last night. I was getting tired. It was getting a little long, and when my hair gets long enough, I just take my clippers and just shave it all off. Fair enough, Tinker Toy. Is your character the Guardian? Yes. You do more looting and murdering than guarding. Hey, now, that's not true. Aces, that's not true. I'm guarding plenty. You just haven't been paying attention, my man. You may be right, actually. Yeah. Need to get a haircut soon? You should grow it out and donate it. I don't like letting my hair grow out for several reasons. I don't really care for the way... no, I don't want to do that yet. I don't really much care for the way that my hair looks when it's grown out. It's not bad, but I don't much care for it. Oh, crikey! Even with that new power-up, I take a ton of damage. I was trying to farm a little health. That was silly. Dang, you take a lot of damage in that area. But yeah, I don't really much care for the way that it looks when it's longer. And I live in Florida, so it's just, you know, it's friggin' hot here. And Which is just, you know, having long hair in a hot climate is not a good time. Not particularly. I like to keep it short. But maybe one day I'll let it grow out again. What the heck is this RNG on the blocks? What are you talking about, Frost? Play pyramid. What are you talking about? A haircut 20 years ago? Wow. Dang. Actually, in terms of like getting a haircut, yeah, I actually haven't had a haircut in a very long time as well. Like actually going and paying someone to cut my hair, yeah. Once I was like, wait, I could just like do that myself. Well, that was the end of that, and that was probably like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. Gators are attracted to long hair. Yeah, that's believable. Okay, I'm just gonna try this and get wrecked. We'll see. Oh boy. Well, this guy is a turd. Maybe I can... Oh, that was really close. What's that? Oh, are we... No? Huh? What happened? It's not maxed. Why can't I... Did I break the game? The walls are supposed to break in a spot and then I can break through and I should be able to... Oh! Okay, did you see that? What the heck just happened? It's like the game just kind of was like, oh yeah, right, I'm supposed to do the thing right now, and then it remembered. I'm gonna highlight that. The heck was that about? You guys saw that, right? Stay off the Charlie Sheen. Sure. I don't understand that, but sure. I'm just gonna nod. Yep. Okay. Alright. Whoa. I mean, maybe I can try to kill those things. At the same time, though, I'm just... Man, it's like everything here just, like, annihilates me. I'm wondering if I should just go and try to get out of here. Yeah, okay. My goodness, that was really close. Okay, 19. Where are we? We're there. Let's... Wait. Yeah, let's mark this. Man, you take so much damage. No, 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 no. Okay. It's a callback to when Charlie Sheen was making a fool of himself on national television for a while there. Oh. I'm on a drug and it's called Charlie Sheen. That sounds silly. Andy doesn't understand pop culture references. That's very true. He does not. He does not. Wait, I just came from the right. Oops. Okay. All right. Let's see what's up here. Oh my gosh, more of that. Ugh. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gonna use one of these if I can. Wow! Oh, hey, little dude! What? Did it break? What? What is going on? Hello? Why is the game... Wow, my beam is like... Look what happened. Dang. That's new. Cool. Why is the game breaking? Why? I don't understand. Like, why it's doing these things. Also, that screen clearing thing was pretty awesome. Show. Andy, could you name a... Oh, Kardashian. Okay, like literally any Kardashian? I've heard the name Kardashian. I have heard that name. And I think there's like a show. Because they call it the Kardashians, I think. And I think I heard they... I think I heard they got famous because, like... No good reason or something. Like... But an actual... one of their names? Is there a... Kim? Kim? I can't think of anything else. Maybe is there? That's like all I got? That's it. That's all I can. I couldn't pick them out though. I don't even like. I couldn't pick anybody out. Like no way. Like nope. You could show me pictures of Kardashians all day, and I'd be like, I don't know who that is. Let me scroll up a little. Hang on. Not knowing stuff, that stuff is a good thing? Yeah, I'm okay with that. My Game Genie broke the game? Maybe it did. I nailed it? Yeah! Alright. Cool. The tennis picture? I'm actually surprised that I mistook Trump for an older woman in that picture as well. Like, I was like, why are you guys, like, snickering at this picture of a woman with, like, some butt sweat and stuff? I just was like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, okay, it's, you guys are, like, cracking up and stuff, and I'm like, it's a picture of some, like, older lady playing tennis. Like, what is so funny here? Like, I just don't understand. That one really got me. I didn't see it coming. Yeah. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Basically, this generation's Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. I've heard of Paris Hilton, but I don't know who Nicole Richie is. I don't know that. Oh, actually, I just remembered something. Heather, she told me that I should ask you guys something that's kind of on the same subject of my not knowing things. She said, because she mentioned something called I believe she called it the Illuminati. And I said, what's that? And she said, I'm not going to tell you. You should instead ask in stream chat, because they'll probably find that entertaining. So there you go. What the heck is the Illuminati? I don't know what that is, but she told me I should ask you guys. I have no like, the only Illuminati I think I know of, and I'm not even sure, is in the game Deus Ex. Isn't there an Illuminati in Deus Ex PC? Like, isn't that a thing? I think. anyway? Hang on. I gotta mark the map. Hang on. And I asked her too, because I said to her, it's not anything like gross or like bad, is it? And she said no. So she said I could ask you guys. They're the secret people who created peanut butter. Yeah, I love it. That's good. I feel like that might not be true. Like, I mean, oh, what? What is this room? This is not like any other room. Oh, okay. What the heck is with that room? I think that is like, not. But I like it so much that I think it should be a thing. Yes. Laughed really loud. Sorry, we can't illuminate you on that. This is fine. I don't care. If you guys really were like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. Sorry, you know me. I don't care. It's like whatever. I'll keep hiding under my rock until something changes, I guess. These rooms are evil. Okay, there's 2 more rooms above us that we need to explore. The first rule of the Illuminati is you don't talk about the Illuminati. Okay. Nicole got her fame using her father's name. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, you actually... Hang on. Nicole Richie is Lionel Richie's daughter. Who's Lionel Richie? I've heard that name, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that name. Is that like a singer or something? I think. I feel like I heard that name long ago, too. Like, Lionel Richie... It's a singer, okay. From, like, long ago? Like, if I would have been a wee little Andy? I think. It just... That one sounds like it's been around for a long time or something. Like, I feel like I heard of that when I was... Yeah, I think, anyway. I don't know if anyone else will give you a serious answer. There's too much to unpack. And we'll get political if we go in depth. Oh! It's the conspiracy theory of Wow! Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow! That's quite the thing. Okay. Huh. Okay, good. We got this first box on the map explored now. That's good. Lionel Richie, yeah, famous singer, pre-birth. Okay, 80s. All right. Well, I was born in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid. I should have known that. Secretly controls all the... Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Early 80s. Okay, I was still a wee little Andy then. Seal 9 can be removed by standing on the gate. That's it? Oh, well that doesn't sound so bad. Alright. Dude, that room, there's so many. That's evil. Excuse me. I'm happy to get this beam upgrade. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll just be right back. Only a second. Okay. I like how apparently there's like no good answer for like the Illuminati thing. I think that's funny. I'm gonna have to tell Heather about that. I'll let her know. Okay. We are going in the upper left area, it seems. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, there are so many of those things. And they're really tough. Oh my gosh, they're really tough. Oh, too close to the edge. Crikey. Man, stuff is really tough here. Why? Take that. My goodness. Those things really are helpful. I guess we'll go this way. I don't want to use too many, though, because I don't know, like... You know, if I can get more... Whoa! Oh, okay. Judging by the map, it looks like we're probably in the second to last area, if I had to guess. You know that Simpsons episode where Homer joins the Stonecutters? I do! Actually, I've been watching The Simpsons recently. It's, and every time I like binge watch it, I always like, I love, gosh, I have so much nostalgia for the old episodes of The Simpsons, because I grew up with The Simpsons, like, the time for me and everything. It was like perfect timing for that show to come on and watch it and stuff growing up. And gosh, I love a lot of the earlier seasons. And then it's a shame that the show's like gone downhill to the degree that it has anyway. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not what it used to be, in my opinion. But you know, I mean, it's been on a long time, so I would imagine it's hard to kind of keep fresh writers on there. The Masons and the Illuminati. Oh, okay. Okay. This game's hitboxes just make me sad. I don't think the hitboxes, honestly, are too bad in this game. There is some skewing, but I feel like it's like your damage sometimes is either a little too low, or the amount of damage you take is sometimes a little too high. It feels like it could have used a little more balancing in some spots. Lizards? Oh, the lizards, man. They're good. Except for in the hide and cereal boxes in Canada. That's different, but that's like a whole different type of lizard. 32 years, wow. Whew. That's a heck of a thing. Please don't break, game. Okay, what is it? Oh, it's this thing, okay. It's gonna leave like a million little babies. Probably just use this one, honestly. My beam! Crikey! I like how, like, originally fighting this guy, it was not too bad. He's actually kind of a joke. But now, he's like all the little things he spawns and stuff. Nice! Oh, careful! I wonder if this is the kind of fight where you just, no matter how much damage you do, you don't actually kill it any sooner. It's more of just like you have to beat its phases that it does. Hey! Alright, cool. Nice! Alright! Yay! Fair enough, aces. I didn't know they had a crab emote. I like that. Which way did I just came from? Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Nice. Oh my gosh. Oh hey, it's more of these things! Okay, that works out nicely. Bloop. Bloop. Okay. I really hope we find a weapon power upgrade soon. Like, look at this! Everything is, like, it's just so tough. Like, my beam looks cool, but it just doesn't hit all that hard. That's a good sound. Let me check over here. Okay, we'll go down here. Ooh, hey, this might be good. Oh, I wonder if I don't take it. Like, it's just full energy, but we're already full, so if I leave it there, I wonder if it'll, yeah, come back or not. I hope it does. In case I need it. I get the feeling, though, it won't be there again, honestly. Which is a bummer. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Okay, so we're just missing 2 rooms to explore at this point. Oh. Okay. Huh. That was an easy one, just literally stand on it. Okay. Alright, well, let's see what we get. Hopefully this isn't too bad. And you know, if I croak, I think we're actually a decent ways away from here, so that would kind of stink, but I'll do my best. What is that thing? Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ew. And a lot of the stuff spawning in this area you can't even kill. This is a mean area. I'm just trying to like dodge as much as I can. Oh my goodness. Leave me alone! Nice. Oh my goodness. Yes! Alright. Oh, I hate those things. Okay, leave me alone. What are you supposed to do with that? Oh my gosh, this is really bad. Okay. Man, what the crap? Ugh. Yes, okay. Hope this boss isn't too terrible. Alright. Oh yeah, I remember... Didn't I use this a lot and it was really good? Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Hang on. Let's... Am I hurting it like this by chance? I hope so. That would have been nice to get. That would have been really nice to get. That's too bad. I don't know if I'm hurting the boss, but I'm just going to kind of keep doing this because I think, I mean, it's not hurting me, mostly. And the dropping of the power-ups is nice. Uh-oh, I'm taking a bit of damage. Okay. Nice. I really hope I'm hurting this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to... do a little of this stuff like last time. This is quite silly. I don't know if I'm fighting this thing properly. Wait, I'm gonna try this one real quick. Let's see. Because this might actually work out nicely. Okay, maybe... Oh man, yes! Cool! And we got some extra little area clearing thingies, which is nice. Alright, wow, that was a fun fight. Ah, man. Okay. Phew. Ah. Hey, do we... No, we don't have that maxed. Cool. Not really exactly a huge fan of this one anymore, but maybe we'll be able to use it again, so... hang on to it. Okay. Oh, look at that! We did it! I was gonna say, I wonder if we've unlocked the final area. It seems that we have. And now each time, I want to check, just to make sure nothing else is unlocked. I don't think so. Okay. Well, let's get this screenshot taken so we can update our map. 1 second, please. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that should work. Can you play Snake, Rattle, and Roll next? Do I have that? Now you got me wondering. I don't remember if I have that. No, looks like I don't anymore. Sorry about that, Aces. Looks like that's a no-go. I wouldn't have been in the mood to play it next anyway, but just at all, it seems, yeah, I guess, yeah, I must have got rid of that. Because, yeah, I seem to recall thinking, like, I just, didn't really have an urge to play that game. Just didn't really call to me, but I just couldn't remember if I had kept it or not. Is that because you are starting the Hey, you know, actually, Aces, that's not as far off now as you may think. I'm not making any promises. I'm just I came across some new information that made it much more possible to do that. And what I mean is, one of the main reasons why I wasn't like ready to do any kind of like Final Fantasy marathon was because I wanted, you know, if you're gonna do a marathon, you want to be able to, I want to be able to like play them and understand them, and I didn't want to use like Emulator, of course, you know me, and but I was like, well, some of them are, you know, Japanese only, or so I thought. But I found out, so Final Fantasy 1, you can just play that on NES, or PlayStation, which I found out. And it's remade on PlayStation, and it sounds cool. Let me just get this password. Okay. So then, wait, hang on. My window might have been blocking that. Yeah, okay. Okay, I had a window overlapping the screen capture there for that. No, stop! Leave me alone! Back! Leave me alone! Yeah, okay, go out. Thank you. Anyway, heckums. Then I found out, okay, so Final Fantasy 2 is only on Famicom at first, you know, that's what I thought. But then I found out, oh, they like translated Final Fantasy 2 on PlayStation as well. Then I believe, I think it's Final Fantasy 2. And then like Final Fantasy 3, they never translated on PlayStation, but I guess they eventually did put it on Steam translated. Final Fantasy 4 is, I believe, Final Fantasy 2 on Super Nintendo, so that's not a problem. Final Fantasy 5 is, I believe, translated on PlayStation. Final Fantasy 6 is on SNES as 3, so that's fine. And then 7, 8, you know, that's fine after 7. So if I want to play Final Fantasy not on emulator and in English, I think all is good now. I will have to play one of them on PC, which is like a little weird because, you know, you used to console with it, but that's fine. But yeah, I can actually English them all now. On PSP and didn't enjoy it much? Oh. Okay, Dead. Well, you take care. It's good to see you. Have a good one. If you ever do Dragon Quest, I highly recommend the SNES versions of 1 and 2 instead of the NES. You know, actually, I have those, but they're J only, you know. Unless there's something you know that I don't. But I do actually have that. And, well, you said Dragon Quest, though. So, if you mean, like, actual Dragon Quest, then I would probably take your advice on that. But if you mean Dragon Warrior, I've actually almost beaten Dragon Warrior 1, but then my saves got corrupt. So I'm actually very happy to try to do that one again. I would like very much to remedy that and like beat that one as the original one day on NES if I can. Final Fantasy from the PlayStation collection. I think the SNES version for US had content cut, if I remember correctly. Interesting. I didn't know that, Tenchi. Oh my gosh, that was like terrible spawns. Maybe I should use one of those. Okay. I think that thing is kind of stuck back there. Oh, and I just... okay. Oh, man, I didn't mean to... oh, well, whatever. Dang. Dang it, that did not go well. Okay, let me mark that. Alright, so that's corridor 20. Okay. Dang it, that was this very silly room. Andy, what are them Japanese textbooks for? You hiding your language muscles? I'm trying, man. I just slowly chip away at it. Like even earlier today, I was doing a little studying. I learned... actually, I didn't do a new one today. I need to do new ones. My new one that I was catching up, or not catching up, but studying what I learned yesterday, Iru, to need, and what was the other one? Nanimo, which is nothing. Nothing. It needs to be used with a negative. Yeah. Just slowly working on it. Too slow. I wish I could like... oh, whoa, hey. Oh, we're already maxed, so it's just that one if we're trying to upgrade. Okay. I wonder if these things have a chance to drop those power-ups, any kind of power-ups. Are you still studying first? Apparently they can. It's okay, my brain can't do this study thing. It's, you know, there's just, it's interesting to me because like there's some things in life, learning-wise and whatnot, that just are very like seamless for me and not too much of a problem. Like learning about like how to repair things or how things work. Stuff like that. I usually pick that up very quickly, or game information, like, oh, that was very silly. A lot of that stuff is very, like, I just grab onto it and I get it and it's all good. But learning Japanese is, like, it's been really tricky for me. And I haven't given up, even though it's been, like, years and very slow. I'm gonna keep working at it and keep trying and keep hoping that I can get better. And I have noticed, though, when it comes to actually memorizing kanji, I am getting better at that. Like, doing it faster rather than it taking me, like, a long time. Like, so there are skills being learned there, to, like, memorize that information, however, whatever part of the brain needs to be used to do that. But it's still just, it is slow, but I will take slow over nothing. Okay, I guess the dropper... oh, hey, cool. Nice! Cool, let's go shopping. Have your days? Fair enough, man. Now my beam sucks. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. I like how these things are actually not too terrible to fight, so maybe I can farm back my money a little bit and fix my beam. I honestly don't even know if I'll use... Nice! What I just upgraded... What? Okay. What's with that wall? What the heck? It's like, okay, you're good there, but then you kind of... If you do, like... How did I do that? What? Can you do it further? They couldn't get in here after me either, it seemed. Can you do it over here? Does this work anywhere? One thing I've heard is that studying right before sleep can help. Apparently the stuff you learn right before sleep goes right into long-term memory? Oh! That's very interesting. Maybe I'll try that for us. Usually I'm too tired to study that because I'm just like, oh, my motivation, but maybe I can muster up, you know, a little something for that. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Be careful, though. You mean me going into the wall? Like, I wonder if I can kind of cheese bosses with this. Oh! Well, he doesn't care. You can hide in the wall all day, dude. It's here. Okay, that... Yeah. Okay, I don't... Okay. That was an awful fight. That was really bad. Wow, okay. I don't even, like... I kind of don't count that as a fight because my brain just was not there for that. Like, I just... The effort was bad. I would certainly like to give that another try, though. Oh, apparently, I guess there's like a glitch you can do where you can like, if there's a shop and they say, I will sell you only one of these items, and then you buy that item, you know, normally the shop is like closed for the rest of the game. But apparently there's like a glitch you can do where you can buy out all the items. But for a first playthrough, I'd rather not do that just because, I just feel like we're more legit right now, but it was interesting to see that. Potentially for non-projectile enemies, but I was more referring to there being a chance of soft locking. Sure, that makes sense. Yeah. That would be a bummer. No, I need money! Oh, boo, whatever. I'll just see what I can do with that thing. Okay, this... It's kind of working. Kinda. I'm out of money. And I'm out of health! Huh. Okay. So it just seems like it just keeps spamming those. Yeah, it's like it looks like a skull of a dinosaur flying around shooting rocks at you. I like it. I really like, if I just had more money, like, this would be a lot easier, I feel like, because I'm really gimped with my beam. For those of you that don't know, money is beam power in this game. It's shared. Maybe I can find some money over here, like, in just some random... Nice, okay, a little bit. Not much, but something. This area is big. Did I check to the right over there? Ah, crud. I don't know if I did. Yeah, there was a shop. Okay, right. Okay, just mark off our map a little. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to forget about that thing. Oh, yes, okay. Because maybe it'll drop something good. I'll just try it again. I don't care. I don't care. Because dying does not seem to really be all that bad. So, eh. The screen clearing thing might be nice to use too. Maybe. We'll see. I'm like trying to. Okay, this is not the greatest. No. Okay, that doesn't work the greatest for that. I was a little hopeful, but yeah, okay. Okay. All my monies. You know, I'm actually pretty darn close to the entrance as well. Maybe I can just go back out here and farm. Especially if there's that one spot with all the monies. Yeah, let's do that. If I can find it, that is. I think it's like somewhere this way. I think. Like down here? Isn't? I think it's like right here. Yeah! Okay, this is very satisfying. Nice. Nice! Wow, alright. That's still not max beam, but that's really good. Can I just like kill random enemies and get a drop by chance? That is a drop. It's not what I was looking for, but hey. Nice. There we go. There we go. I think our max is 2,400. I think it actually... Yeah, okay. Nice. It's interesting. I was thinking about this game the other day and like how I was saying, well, it's like a shoot 'em up and a top-down shooter hybrid game. But then it's like, no, it's kind of more than that. It's also kind of an RPG. I mean, you have an experience system with upgrades and things, and yeah, this is just like quite the game. Excuse me. That felt close. All right. I feel like I can actually take this boss more seriously now. So what would I like to do? I wish, man, it's too bad we didn't get an upgrade for this yet. I wonder how much like my shots will help with this. Thinking. Hmm. You only get 18 shots for this thing? It uses 120. Wow. It uses a lot. Dang. I wonder if it's any good against this boss. Because I feel like it might miss it a lot, the way this thing moves around all over the place. Oh, actually it seems to be tracking it pretty well. Okay. Man, I feel like my brain is just kind of... It's not that late for me, so I shouldn't be feeling tired. I don't feel tired, but I just... The closest thing I can kind of relate it to is like when you wake up, but you're not like fully awake, your brain's just kind of feeling cloudy, I guess. Like, I feel like that a little bit. Because I just like stood there and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just kind of like standing, like, that was weird. I don't usually do that. I don't know, I'm gonna keep trying. I lost a ton of money. It seemed like it was actually working pretty well, though, to damage it. Like, it seemed like... Actually, I think that's why I was standing there. I was watching to see how much it was damaging, and it seemed like it was really focused on it quite well. So that's good, but... Man, I just like, burned through all my money now. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. It's like, how do I get my money back? I mean, if I don't know if I can go back here and farm more money, because I feel like that... I know when you restart the game, those will come back, but I don't know about just, like, dying. Yeah, I guess I haven't actually checked that before, so let's find out. That would be really nice, but somehow I get the feeling the game's not going to be that generous. Oh, dang. Thank you, game. Okay, cool. That, man, this, every time I think the game might punish me a little more, it doesn't. It's nice. Cool. We're good? We're good. Okay. Okay, if I could just use those homing things and then actually dodge, I think I'll have a better chance, and then maybe clear the screen from time to time. Just gotta pay attention, kind of wake up my brain a little here. Okay. What? Okay, that was silly. was a much better attempt. I'm happy about that. Definitely much better. Alright, let's try it again. I'm so glad this area here to replenish is not terribly far. I don't know what I guess because I died and it's like, I was thinking like, if I use my area clearing things, if I use all those, that's like permanent. Like the game, you know, the password keeps track of that. So if I use my like more recent password, or just like a little bit ago, then it's like, okay, you know, I can save those. Which is not a bad idea, actually. I don't want to like use up too many. But it made me think, gosh, I wish I could remember. There's I was reading a game manual the other day, some game that I got. What is it? What game was that? I don't remember, but it was very interesting because, so, something that a lot of gamers I know is like, you know, if like you're playing a game where you can save your progress or like, darn. I'm not going to explain this very well. I'm trying to think of like, okay, if you're playing a game that has a save system, and if you want to like maybe abuse it by like using up certain items to get what you want, and then but you don't get what you want, so you reload like your save, and then some games might try to autosave or whatever, but if you cut it off before it can autosave, stuff like that. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, but maybe you kind of know what I mean. It's just save abuse, basically, to get what you want and not use up your materials if it has like an autosave kind of structure. You just hit the reset button. All the pros are kicking around. Better luck next time, man. Anyway, there was a game manual. I should just tell you when I find the game manual, because it's just interesting. I've never seen a video game manual actually state clearly in it how to cheese auto-saving. Like it straight up says in the manual, hints, and then one of the hints is, oh, if you didn't progress properly here, just hit the reset button on your system, and then it won't save, and then you can reload and have all your stuff back. And I'm like, what game company does that? Like tells you how to cheese. I gotta find that manual. I just don't remember off the top of my head what it was. Darn it. That's exactly it. It's like it straight up just tells you like, yeah, you can do this, and it works. It's like, wow. All right, thank you. Wait, I was gonna say I'm not in the right spot. But actually, it's good to know these are there. That's a little extra. Whoa. Okay. Man. I hope I can beat this thing. If it was originally a Japanese game, I'd have a look at the Japanese manual, see if it says something similar. Localization team thinking the game was too hard. I agree. I just gotta remember. Oh! I think I know what it is. I think it's Brain Lord on Super Nintendo, which definitely has a Japanese release. I'm almost certain. Hang on. Yep, here we go. Helpful hints. Hint number 1. If you lose a life, you return to where you last save with half your gold. So hit reset on the control deck after losing a life, then continue your game. You'll keep your gold. Like, what? The whole punishment is losing half your gold, and like, oh, okay, darn. But then the manual's straight up like, you don't need to worry about this thing that they programmed in there, just hit reset. I agree with you. I think that's very possible, but I do find that funny that the manual is telling you how to cheese. It's pretty good. I'm glad I remembered. That was kind of bothering me. Not really bothering me, but like, I wanted to share that. Okay, alright. Alright, how the friggin' heck do I fight this thing, like, efficiently? I mean, this was actually working decently. Maybe if I use this one to aim it better, I can, Excuse me. I'm just taking too much damage. There's a drop there too. Darn. Well, at least I didn't lose a ton of chips. So that's nice. This thing is tough, but I guess, we are in the final area, so... Or so I think anyway. Sure feels that way. Darn. Gosh, I like... Just trying to get like a feel for this guy. I think I was better off using the homing shot and trying to survive. Like, I think I'd be better off with that, honestly. Yeah, you could. Yes, you could. I feel like just use the homing shot and then just try to dodge and stuff while hopefully those things destroy him. Otherwise, because all my other like special shot thingies like just don't stay on it for very much to do like maximum damage. Alright. What? Why does that happen sometimes? Okay. I'm so glad the enemies take a moment to spawn the way that they do. Man, I was hoping my beam would like take care of those a little better. Okay, well, whatever. My goodness, I got stuck on the wall. Ah, that was not a very good fight. I was trying to use the screen clearing thing a little bit, see if maybe I could kind of survive a little easier there, but that didn't work out so well. I think honestly, like I was first saying, just the homing shot or some variant of that, like this shot that rotates around me maybe, but dodging his things is just awkward for some reason. Or like I said, my brain is just kind of a little off right now. Maybe that's why too. Maybe this thing just messes with me in the right way. Because I didn't feel like I was having any issues with like the shoot 'em up area in terms of focus. But I'm not sure. Also, that wall clipping thing, I gotta be careful of that, because that actually gets me in a bit of trouble. Okay. Yo, Gundam, welcome back. Welcome back. What's that first one? The question mark thing. Like, what is that supposed to mean exactly? Gosh. This boss is just really tricky for me. Spider-Man is Oh! I should have known. I should have known. Oh, wrong. Okay, but still, it looks like he is thinking though. He's like, I like Frost's answer. I think you should just go with that. We'll, just we can agree on that if you like. Friggin' heck. Friggin' heck. Okay. Okay. It happened that way. Yes. Okay, just try your plan, Andy. Try your plan. Just dodge the thingies and let the homing shot do the work. If it does... See, I don't know how well it works, though. It seems like sometimes it was, like, losing track very quickly. Okay, it is working. It is working. Okay. Okay. I see what's happening there, why my brain gets a little overwhelmed, sorta. It's like I'm trying to dodge the projectiles that it's shooting at me, but I'm trying to make sure that my little homing shot is still doing its thing and attacking properly. And it's just kind of an awkward fight. It's a very interesting test of my abilities. I like it. I wish the damage in this game would register a little more obviously. Like because often I've had it where I'm fighting something and I'm like, am I really doing like sufficient damage here? Like, I'm sure I'm hurting it to some degree, but the question is how much? Like, I mean, is that homing shot actually really hitting it a lot and doing like significant damage, or is it like, no, it's actually only hitting it like every few seconds because the boss is moving so much that it's like, it doesn't really sit on it for where its hitbox actually is long enough. Like, I just don't know, and I do feel like this game has that from time to time where it does make me just wonder. was hoping that'd be a red cash thingy, chip thing. Chips, chips, chips. Nice. Thank you. Oops. You know, I wish the homing shot wouldn't use so many chips as well. Like that's kind of a downside too. Like my beam just tanks for damage. I could wander around and see if I could power up a little bit. Like if I could just get like my final attack, that might actually help significantly. It very well might, but at the same time, I get so stubborn, and I'm just like, just go for it. So, yeah, I guess I'll be a little stubborn still. I guess. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, man. That felt like not bad, but I do question too, like my chips go down so fast. Will I even have enough ammo for that weapon to kill this thing? Like, will I run out of chips and it's still alive? I didn't really think about that because I mean it just drains it so hard. Yeah, you know, I think maybe I should upgrade my gun. I mean, otherwise I guess I could try the little thing that circles around me, but I don't really have any other good ideas for this boss because it's like very... The way that this thing works, it just very much works against all of my weapons that I have. I'm feeling stubborn. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna try. This up here? Up here? Up, thank you. Oh my goodness. Man. See, it's like, I feel like my damage could have been decent there. Like, I might have been keeping a nice amount of damage, but I was also just taking a lot of damage myself. Man. It just spams those things so fast. Alright, I'm gonna explore a little. Where are we? Okay. I'm gonna mark that as that boss. Okay. Like, look at that. You think with like the size of my beam that it'd be like awesome damage, but man, everything just is really powerful. It makes you feel kind of puny, like, yeah. Oh, that actually worked out nice. Maybe because they're just very small enemies and it's... Each pellet doesn't do a whole lot, but if it's a big enough enemy, then it works out well. That felt close. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, all right. Okay. Don't forget you have 90-day warranty in case your copy of Brainlord breaks. Thank you. This is true. This is true. Oh, save point. Nice. Sure. No, 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 no. Okay. Alright, just marking that as a save point. Keep firing, the last seal will be removed. Oh. Alright. Sounds pretty straightforward. It's kind of like a harsh sound effect, but at the same time, it's kind of satisfying. Wait, did I? Wait. Oh, okay. Hey! Don't. Mm-hmm. Nice. All right. Those guys aren't too bad. Aw. Well, I guess let's see what happens. Let's see if it disappears or not. Oh, it does stay there. Hey, that's really cool. Okay, I appreciate that. Nice. All right, where are we? There. Let's take the bottom route. Sure. Oh, Oh man, that was kind of a nasty looking spawn. Oh, we're getting so close to fully or I think fully exploring. I hope so. I wonder if these question mark rooms actually mean anything. Looks like 8 rooms to go. So close. I keep marking them off like 2 by 2 at this point because they're so packed together, and it's like every time I make a turn it's very easy to kind of like lose track of where I've been. Hey! Alright, well we're at a boss it seems. Let's check it out. See if I get wrecked. I guess, sure. What is this thing? I think we've seen this. I don't remember exactly what it does. Oh. Am I even, like, hurting it? Nice. Oh, hey, all right, cool. That was worth it. Oh, I was a little afraid of that. Down below where it says 255 for those things. I was wondering if I might hit max and then it would do that. Okay, that's too bad. It's only 255. Might as well use them here and there then. Oh, it doesn't kill that! Oh gosh! I'm angry at you. No, go away. Good. Alright. I mean, I'm not surprised it didn't kill it, but dang. So I'm guessing this is going to be like Corridor 10, I think? Yeah. It says just keep shooting, I guess. Oh, alright. The original Pokemon games, Blue, Red, Yellow, might be a good thing to play in Japanese. They're 100% hiragana. Oh! She could probably tell you anything you needed to know if you're unsure. Oh, okay. And with the spaces? Ooh! I do like when there's spaces. That helps. I know it's like not like some people are like, that's not the best way to do it and stuff, but I don't mind having a crutch for a little bit for that kind of thing. Actually, give me just a moment. I think I have to use the restroom again. Maybe I should just take a quick break too. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna take a quick break. I will be back. Non-standard, but without them, it's just a nightmare to figure out things for. Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah, I agree. coconut. You sure? You sure about that, devil? 100%? Oh, I was gonna say, I think there's something to the left. How do you... Oh, I think there's a... Oh, maybe this'll... Maybe? Oh, no, okay. I think there's a tire then. Oh, the bird! The bird! Okay. Oh, I'm not good at this. I don't want to... No, I don't like... I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I'm tired. I'm tired to do the... You have to pay attention and do the thing at the right time, and I don't want to do that at the right time. Oh, okay. It's a banana. Look for the banana. All right, there. And then you look for the K, and then you... Oh, God, it's going faster now. Why is it going faster? Oh... All right, and then the end. You gotta get the end. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I want to. Can I leave? I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this part. All right, the end. Watch for the end. Where the end? I got it. Oh my God. I need a drink. Yeah. What? If it goes past again, I'll show, or I'll, okay. So what I'm just pausing it here. On the left side there, yeah, a bunch of trees, and then, like your regular trees, obviously. Duh, they're trees. But the reason why I point out that they're regular trees is because all of the trees that you're seeing to the right, you guys might not know, but all of those trees, okay. Oh, wait, you can see my mouse, right? Yeah, you can see my mouse. There you go. Okay. So if you oh yeah, and a while back when I told you guys I couldn't stream because there was a big fire, that was these power lines here. Basically, a guy was driving along, and this power line along here was sagging, and we were like, hey, you guys need to come fix this, or there could be an accident. And they were like, duh? And then they didn't, and then this guy caught it with a big utility truck, and it yanked down this power line, and fire was like burning all around here and all around here and all the way down and stuff. It was very nice. And actually here, when I was like, guys, I can't be online, and people were like, hey, where's Andy? Why isn't he streaming, with the freaking hurricane? This actually, you can see it right now. Barely, probably, but there is, you see that, actually, I think you can. This line that I am highlighting, running along into the trees, that's actually our freaking internet line right there. Look at it. It's supposed to be up here, you guys, but it's sad. It's down here, and it's dead. It fell down in the trees over here. Friggin' heck, I had no internet for 2 weeks. It was terrible. I'm sorry. Anyway, these trees over here, though, from this line, okay, so if Andy, you're the best designer ever? Well, don't say that. wait until you see what the heck I do, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't realize. Just wait, you gotta see. You should hear him sing. You don't want to hear me sing, because if you hear me sing, oh girl, baby, no, you don't want to hear it now. Oh my God, it's going downhill. It's getting bad already. Andy is somewhat blind when he's reading chat. Yes, he is. Why don't you become a real estate agent then? Now, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if you walk in, you'll notice that the walls and interior of this house are a little bit rocky, but that's the new thing. That is what's in these days. All of the young people are going for it. You're gonna love this. And if you look over here, you're gonna notice that the ceiling actually goes up a little higher in this section. That's a good thing. You're gonna like that because it gives you better air circulation. And you'll also notice that the floors rock. But that's good as well, because you want that nice cold surface to lay down on at night and keep you cool while you're trying to sleep. You're really going to like this house a lot, and it's only $90,000. Cash, please. Yes, I could sell houses. Awesome. Let's do it. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to go sell some houses, make some big bucks. This streaming thing is not paying me anything, so that is where it's at. You guys take it easy, and just enjoy. Have a good one. Okay, you know what? I decided I don't want to do that because I will miss all of you way too much, and that's not going to work. So let's just play some more video games, because I just realized I love video games too much. That's not going to work at all. Oh well.
By the way, again, I can't welcome everybody back right now. Twitch is.
Nikuman is a pretty amazing manga anime. Oh, never even heard of it, Radama. No. No, you don't have to stop talking. Not at all. I love reading chat and interacting. It's all good. You guys are fine. No, oh, whoa. Oh, what is? Oh, you can't punch while crouching. You can crouch, but you can't punch while crouched. Oh, nice. We got a. Oh, what am I wearing? It's like some kind of weird masochistical. Okay. The hit detection is not cool. Is there a jump button? Oh, up is jump. No, that's. Oh man. Just okay. I'm taking so much damage. It's like so hit for hit. There's not much strategy going on right now. Anyway, it's just man. You just go to the right. How do you get up there? Oh, did I get some life back? No. What was that? How do you get up? Go away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Maybe charge jump? Oh! Whoa, how did I do? Woo! Alright, you hold down and then hit up, and okay, you do a super jump. Wow, that really is a crazy high jump. How long does it take to charge that? A couple seconds, I guess. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone! Who are these crazy red dudes?
Forgot to pause the dang highlight for a second. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what this place is all about. I'm also oh boy. I'm really curious to see I need some chips. Man, this is getting out of hand. What is going on? Darn it, I really wanted to get that. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, my goodness, this is really something. Yes! Sometimes I really don't know how I get as far as I do at times in some of these areas. Well, my health is not good. Okay, alright. The chips are a little low, but you take it. Hey, didn't we fight this guy? Yeah, or similar-ish. See, it's like, am I hurting this thing?
Nice. I really hope I'm hurting this thing right now. Like, this whole time I could be, like, doing no damage and just not even know it. I didn't actually mean to use that, but maybe that's actually kind of good to use. Maybe not, though. There goes all my energy. My goodness. No, no, no. I keep meaning to use that. There we go. Okay. Oh, goodness. Maybe I should have stuck with this. Nice. Okay. Whew. Not out of it yet, but it helps. No, 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 no! I'm out of chips! Oh, dang! I have no idea if I'm hurting the boss. I don't like that. Man. Like, that whole entire start could have been completely for nothing. For all I know. And now, man, I am hurting on ammo. Ugh. This is not good. Well, maybe I can just get back there and... No, that's probably not going to work out well at all. Well, we'll see what happens. How did I get there? Over this way? I'm going to say I think that's my biggest gripe in this game, maybe. Just... Yeah, not knowing if I'm doing damage. That sent me a little ways back. Oh, my beam is so bad. I guess this doesn't actually hurt them. This is actually kind of a good farming strat, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's do a little more of that. Ah, forget it. It's just, okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. I didn't use too many of those to do all that, so that's... Oh, darn, I was hoping that was a red ball. Alright. Okay, well that's good. That's there if I need it. Sweet. Alright, I think it's the top way? Or maybe not. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think actually I had to cut through there. Alright. Actually, it's nice that's not too punishing. Wow, yeah, it's quite the trek to get back there. My goodness. Man, I'm really not sure, because it's like... It's a very effective strategy against that boss using those side lasers, if they actually work, that is, but I don't know if they do, so... I just wish the hit detection in this game was just much more apparent. I'm gonna check though. I would like to know actually if I am actually even doing anything. If I can find anything about that. Huh. Well, doesn't like I didn't see anything immediate about using those lasers and if they damage it, but I guess let me check the manual, but I guess like apparently some projectiles can block boss shots. I didn't know that. And maybe this is one of them. Let me see real quick. Because now I'm curious about that. Fireball. I think the one that I have highlighted is Fireball. I think. They don't seem to have these in a specific order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's interesting, though. So at least that's a good bit of information. And it doesn't say that in the manual that it does that. I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, we could try that out. Oof. That was lucky. That side laser, man, it just really cooks some of these enemies. I love it. Oh, wow. Yes, thank you. Alright. Alright, this is gonna be a sketchy thing, but let's see what happens. Oh, wow, it does! Wow, that's a heck of a thing. Wow! Okay, talk about effective. The manual should really tell you that. Like, unless I missed it. Hang on. Yeah, it says it goes through most enemies, burning them on the way, but nothing about like destroying their shots and seemingly protecting you really well. Man, that's really cool. So let's see. I guess, did something change? Did anything on our map change? Hang on, actually. If it did, I'm not really sure. Maybe we need to go back now to one of like the previous areas or something. Because nothing really looks different, I think. Okay. Well, let's take a look around. Oh my goodness. I guess I'm wondering now if like the game is going to have us like primarily focus on like the corridor sections now, which I would be fine with. Okay. Yeah, we'll try to get in there, actually. Oh, wait, I think this one. Yeah, this is the save point. Okay. Cool. Thanks, little dude. Nah. Actually, you know, I was thinking if I wanted to hang around and try to get a little farming on these, just to get a little health back if I could. I would like to try. I'll go with that for now. Actually, these things seem to have a decent drop rate too, for power-ups, so... Yeah, and they die really quick, so that's nice. Yeah, this is working. I wonder if it's guaranteed. That's really nice. Wait. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, okay, it's that thing. I still haven't gotten a gun power up though, so I don't think I have a chance on that thing. Well, maybe not a chance, but certainly not well. Hang on. Well, that dropped a lot. I'm tired of getting stuck on things. Okay. Quarter 20's there. I'm guessing that's like the last one. So I guess we'll check around. I don't really remember. I wrote down some of the corridors, the earlier ones. But not all of them, because when I first started playing this, I didn't really think that I guess needed to. But if I had to guess, because we just did 10, so I guess we need to go to 11, which is off to the left, maybe? Excuse me, check it out. Oh, hey, alright. That's good timing. So, there's one over here. There's something over here, anyway. Oh, corridor 1, okay. I wonder if anything's gonna actually be different here, or if it's just backtracking now. Actually, that was the save point. Huh? Alright, well, I guess let's see what happens. This feels like really tame at the moment. I'm wondering, like, was I able to actually do this corridor like a long time ago and like not realize it, or are they like ramping up for something awful? Because like this is not anything nearly as bad as corridor 10 a moment ago. What's going on? This is kind of weird. Maybe the difficulty is just kind of wonky? I mean, I'm fine with that, but it's just like, it calls it corridor 11, and you're in corridor 1, so I figured like, oh, okay, you know, it's... And we just did 10, and 10 was like... pretty crazy, whereas this is like... not bad at all so far. Really? Alright, maybe the boss is gonna be like the awful. Oh, weird. Oh no, not this thing. I wonder if that can work against it. Oh, I think it actually maybe can? Oh, it can just... This weapon is kind of OP. Maybe. What the... Okay, sure. What the heck? Why is it like that? That's so misleading. I wonder if they're all going to be like that. I'll take it. Oh, nice! Hey! Even though I don't really use those, that's cool. Wait, have we? Yeah, we've been up there, okay. Wow. I'm really wondering, are the rest gonna be like that? And if that is true, if you can just kind of do each corridor, it's so weird they have them labeled like that, but it does make me think, like, if you're gonna, like, play this game... like, for a second playthrough, that is, just do these corridors now if they're roughly the same difficulty anyway. It's like, why not? I actually wish I had known that, if that is true. Save me some backtracking and give me some more power-ups earlier on. I mean, heck, I might have actually been more underpowered than I realized at this point. Looks like this one's actually pretty close, unless we have to, like, move awkwardly to get there. Nice. Alright, well, let's see what this one's like. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty tame again. What the heck? That is so strange to me, but sure. I wonder why they did it like that. I'm just confused. Man, I feel like overpowered. That it's fun though in that way to just come back here and be like, oh, I need to deal with these and be totally OP. What? What was that? I guess because the boss is gonna appear, but the way they left? It's like out of the Matrix or something. That was cool. Alright, what are we doing? Maybe I'll just use that again. My goodness. Oh my goodness! Sure. Alright. Cool. Man, we're just like off to a good start here for these second things. Oh yeah. Which way did we? I think this way. I was gonna say, but you know, it's eh. Not much left to upgrade. That's pretty cool. I'd really like to upgrade my lightsaber. So it looks like the next one is down here. Not too far either, it looks like. Okay. I like how none of them seem to be too far in, I think, anyway. Nice. Cool, alright. That was not a bad bit of traveling. I feel like the final area of this game is going to be horrendous. You know, I didn't think you could actually destroy those for the longest time, but apparently you can. They just take a bajillion hits. Dude, it's all good, man. It's all good for us. Actually, I remembered what I was going to ask you the other day. I was wondering if there's like any like kind of like game stores that like sell online in your like shipping area. Like they'll ship there, but they don't ship like worldwide. Because I was thinking I'm still trying to obtain this that one game, the Game Boy Konami GB collection. I cannot get Volume 4. It's just not around, and I was thinking like, you know, over in the UK area and stuff, like that's where they released it, and some other areas too, but like maybe there's like more local-ish places that have it, but they don't ship worldwide. And then I don't know how you'd feel about it, but maybe I ship it to you and then you ship it to me or something like that. But I don't know if you have any stores really all that much like that, even. So I figured I'd ask. I'm gonna stick with that. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know if you had stuff like that, but that's all good. Nice. I don't know how much damage Fireball does, but it seems pretty decent. Nice! Okay, cool. Reshipping with insurance, the whole load extra shouldn't cost much since it's a really small item. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been looking for months and months and months now. Now this I think I'm at maximum, so 7. Okay, yeah, I guess it just doesn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, so I'll keep a lookout, but man, it's just been very elusive. Nice. Excuse me. Okay, so I mean, if these things are all the way that they are, I could, I guess, go out of order and just do the next one over here. It'll be a lot tougher compared to what I just did, but I think I should be able to handle it now that I'm seeing what's happening. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Oh, I remember this room. My goodness. I need to get to the left. Was there an alternate? I don't remember if there was another. I don't think there was. Oh, boo. This one's actually like a little ways away. Okay. My goodness, how far is this one? They're really making me work for it. I passed a save point apparently. I'm glad I marked those, but yeah, I already passed it decently. Hopefully I'll be alright. Alright, this should be interesting. So I'm not really sure what to think of, like... So either this could be, I guess, difficulty-wise, like... Well, I guess it'll just be the equivalent of 8. I guess, which is a decent challenge. So hopefully... This game is very good at, like, visually overwhelming you. I hate those things. I gotta say too, for how many objects sometimes are on the screen, it runs very well. Like, I have seen the game lag here and there, but honestly, not much compared to what you'd think it would do. Compared? Not much for what you would think it would do. That's yeah, I don't know how to talk. Oh, okay, that's not a bad entrance at least. Hopefully our trusty fireball will come through. Let's... It seems pretty effective against it. Alright, this is gonna go crazy. Oh man. Oh, get it, yes. Nice. Pretty sure my Nintendo's gonna explode in a moment. Speaking of like not slowing down too bad, I had to say that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, alright. Cool. And we're fully powered, nice. Definitely feeling like a good time to try before I get a second wind. Understandable about that. Thanks, Frost. You take care, man. Have a good one. I will catch you later, dude. Cool. Oh, well, we already have that max, so I don't know what that's gonna... I guess nothing. Cool. That went better than I expected. I'm happy about that. Alright, let's get out of here. So I think we need like 5 or 6 more? Something like that. Okay. That room right there is gonna be in my memory for a while. That was a fun room, but dang, that was a tough one. Alright, looks like we're gonna move on to 17 now. At least that's what I wrote down for it, so I think this will be 17. Wait. What's down here? I don't remember, actually. Oh, okay. Just advice. I turned a little too soon here. That was kind of funny. I love these little dudes. Okay, so yeah, this one should be corridor 17. Okay. I feel like, I wonder what most people think of this game as, like, you know, I feel like it's very easy to say, you know, top-down shooter slash, oops, shoot 'em up. But, like, I wonder how many people do consider it an RPG, because I feel like if you just changed literally in the upper left corner where it says SC for score, I guess, and then, you know, your number there, if you just change that to XP instead, I feel like people would consider this an RPG as well, since your score is apparently experience anyway. I just find that interesting. Do those die? If they do, they can take a lot of punishment. Okay, maybe this will actually work on me. Oh, okay. I have a ton of these things. It seems like I keep getting more, and I hit the maximum, so it's like, well, might as well just use them. Actually, maybe though I should save them for when it really matters, because I don't know what's coming up. Yeah, I always do that. I had my fun. Oh, not these. I hate these things. Like, can my regular beam hurt those? Like, is that... Alright, well, we'll use it on that. Because I don't know if I can hurt those otherwise. What is going on? Wait, what? That thing eats it? What happened? Oh, okay. I guess those green things destroy that. That's pretty interesting. Okay, this seems to be working. Wow, okay. Was that... Oh, where did he... Wait, what? Man, this game has got a lot of curveballs. Again, something happening that I've never seen before and then didn't expect in that way. That was interesting. Where did I put the manual? Oh, okay. Oh, hey! We need that. Nice. Wow, cool. I wonder if it's actually, like, worth using. Alright, okay. Which way do we come in? I guess... Is it this way? I don't think so, but actually, I think this will lead us where we want to go anyway. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think we're heading straight towards the next one. This'll be 16. Okay, cool. Wow, alright, that was... That'd be nice if they all worked that way. Watch it turn out that I don't even, like, have to do these corridors. Nice. I didn't collect that? I don't think I did. Nice, okay. The background scrolling as fast as it is and like stuff on the background, it is a little disorienting. Alright, let's see what this thing... Oh, it's this guy. Okay. Well, since we have our fireball, I don't think he's gonna be terrible. I don't think. Yeah, this thing was very effective. I don't know how much... Oh, okay, cool. Wow! I was gonna say, I don't know how much damage it's doing, but apparently quite a bit. Wow. Nice. $16 down. 15 seems to be next. Are we fully powered up? Wow. Okay. Can we get out this way? Yeah. Actually, I think it exits pretty close. Yes, thank you. So 15 is over here, and then 14, and then we'll go over and do 19, and then I guess do 20. Hello, Taiki Rosh, welcome. Heard of this game? I'm not sure exactly how commonly found it was back in the day. I never heard of it as a kid. I didn't actually know about it until I saw it being speedrun by a speedrunner named the Seawolf. And I was just like, man, what is this game? Like, this is very interesting, and I was very intrigued, and I'm glad I've finally gotten around to playing it. It's been very enjoyable for the most part. It's got a couple little flaws here and there, in my opinion, that is. But overall, I think it's a very solid game. Has a lot more to it than I expected as well. Man, that thing uses your energy quick. No! You need chips, please. Nice. $91 or so? Oh, okay. I don't actually remember when this came out. Basically, a Tenno from Warframe with a fighter jet mode. I don't actually know what Tenno is. I've heard of Warframe, but I don't know what a Tenno is because I've never played Warframe. But you're probably thinking accurately. It's like, yeah, you are this hybrid machine that looks like a woman, but the manual calls you it. Like I'm pretty sure it calls you it. It says like it and stuff. Anyway, yeah, and or the Guardian, but yeah, the Guardian basically, yeah, it just changes forms into either that flight mode or the humanish looking mode. It's pretty cool. What is this thing? What does it do? Oh boy, okay. Let's get that off me. I'll try a fireball on it, I guess. Actually, you know what? It moves so slow. Let's try this. Yeah, it's like homing in on me anyway, so might as well just kind of try to manipulate it if we can. Wow! Okay, that was not bad at all. Sweet! TGL came out in '88. Okay. Wow. Dang. Now, and I would have been 5 years old. Teth! Thank you. Thank you. Hi to you as well. How are you, my friend? Thanks, Teth. I really appreciate that. Man. Wow, 4,000 chips. Dang. It's like nice, like, because I see it says you've been subscribing for 32 months, and it's like nice to read that, but in another way it's like, man, where's the time go? Where does the time frickin' go? My goodness. How you been, Tath? Okay, that was 15. Next is 14. My chair. And then I believe 19, and then looks like one that I did not mark down. Or did I do that one? No, I don't think, because... No, I guess... Okay. I didn't mark it, but we did do that one, okay. So this is our 14. Excuse me. I'm so glad to have all the map like explored now. I'm just literally marking off every single room one by one as I went through. Well, not one by one, but almost one by one as I went through. It was a little tedious feeling, but I just wanted to make sure we explored everything. I like how I have like this super powerful looking beam, but yet if I'm like too close to something, I like seem to just like miss everything in front of me. Where's that coming from? What? Why is that laser? Is that glitched? This game has got some glitches, or my copy is messed up or something, because we've been seeing some odd behavior in this game. Especially tonight. I don't know what that's about. Eh, why not? Like, what is going on with that? Finished routing the challenge for my ultimate game. Oh, Gundam. Oh, boy. What are you doing? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What's it gonna be? And if you do it, after you do it, are you gonna retire? No more? Had enough? Call it a day? Call it a life, I should say. It's like, I've had enough. No more. Nice. I guess I consider this the ultimate challenge of all challenges I'll ever do. I'll still keep going. My list is pretty long. Okay. Well, what's the ultimate game though? You can't leave me hanging, dude. Not going to say the title for now? What? How can you throw that out there like that and then not tell me? Wow. Gundam. Dang. Wow. You got me all excited. You just took it away, man. Wow. I was waiting for the bomb to be dropped. And nothing happened, man. Dang, get wrecked, boss. Wow. Cool. I'm guessing it's Barbie Supermodel. And you're just like, how do I get the best outfit for the least amount of money that I have to earn and then pose it properly? I can see, yeah, a lot of problems. Or issues, as you said, with that, I can see. There's a lot of problems with this game. Yeah, this game does seem to have some actual issues. None of them have been enough to where I'm like, you know, wanting to quit over it or anything, but yeah, it does seem to actually have some legitimate problems. So I was gonna, next one. Alright, so I think we just have one more before the final, or final one question mark, I guess, like, because I'm not really sure. You know, look what's flashing below us too, though. Okay, so we are doing it, like, but yeah, let's see here. Oh, 21? Whoa. We'll come back to that. We'll save that for last then, I guess, because the other one was 20. Oh boy. My goodness. Main issue. Wait. The game is hard, but not raging hard. It's hard, but fair. Okay. How long it'll take to do a whole playthrough with no saving. It might take 24 plus. Oh my goodness. No. Endurance. I've never been able to stay up 24 hours. Oh. Dang. So as per your requirements, just can't save. Saving is not allowed? Like, not even, like... What about... Okay, and if that's the case, if you're like, okay, can't save, just... Sorry, too bad, so sad. Can you just walk away from the console? Can you just, like, leave it on? And take a nap that way? My goodness! What is your problem? That hurt. Right, no saving. Okay. Alright. Yeah, what about, yeah, just walk away for a while? Go take a nap. I've done that before, actually, when I was a kid. When I left my Nintendo on for a decent few hours to finish a game, because otherwise, like, you know, in NES, it's like some of those games are just brutal because, like, there's no saving or password. You just gotta do it one try, and it's like, oh my gosh. And as a kid, you know, it was pretty tough, so it's like... This area is actually probably gonna be really difficult, I think. I gotta be careful. Yeah. I was getting a little relaxed because of the other areas that were like way easier. But yeah, now I'm getting into territory that's like not messing around. I think anyway. Sure seems like it. The game is on 360. I can't risk leaving on overnight. You know, 360. Oh man, yeah, it does. Oh man, yeah, any 360 of mine, yeah, I have backups, I guess you could say at this point, because I have extras. Yeah, I'll probably end up just cracking it open, just putting in my own coolings on it. I mean, the one that I use now, I have additional fans on it to pull the heat. It does help, but probably could use more. And I'm recording, so there can't be a 10-hour gap of nothing. Can't just stop the recording and then splice together, or is this like supposed to be unspliced footage? I'm guessing this is the game. You told me there was a game on 360 that you wanted to get me a long time ago. You're like, I should get you that game. But I'm not going to tell you the name of it. And you didn't. You never told me the name of it. So I'm wondering if you're talking about the same game or not. Trying grinding. Oh. With save confirmed. It is possible. Even okay. Dang. Sounds harsh. My goodness. Hey, it was that thing. Except it died, like, without too much difficulty. That's nice. Oh, Andy, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Oh! Nice. That was a little too close. Still too close. Still too close. Still too close. I don't like it. Nice. Sweet. Gosh, I love when this game is like generous with the power-ups. Try to keep it as one file so no one thinks I'm cheating or splicing. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you have a 360? I do. I have like 10 of them. Yeah. Not a whole lot of games for it, but a few good ones. The game is pretty expensive now, which is what is preventing me from donating to... Oh, dang. Got me curious, man. You got me curious. 10, yeah. When I was... it's like 8 or 10, something like that. It's like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3... Because I'm not into Call of Duty. It just happens to be, though. It's kind of funny. It's like, well, if you're not into Call of Duty, why do you have like 8 or 10 of them? I'll explain in a moment. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Slim. It's like these limited edition Slim ones or something. But when I was putting together the guild a while back, you know, all that stuff going on. It's from that. I had a bunch of them for the guild. And then since closing the guild... just still have them. Oops, oops, zip, 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 zip. I don't know how much damage this particular weapon is doing, but hopefully it's doing a lot. Nice. I love how you can like drop it in a very tactical position and do... Oh man, okay, I guess it was doing a pretty good amount of damage. Sweet. To retire off of, but he'd have to sell it so he doesn't retire. the dilemma. Yes, the dilemma is real, Tath. You know. What do you do? What do you do? You know, he's like, well, I want to hang on to, you know, have my backups and stuff. But then, yeah, it's a problem. Hey, don't do that. Okay. That's funny. You know my pain, Tath. It's one of my top 10 favorite games, which is why I must do this challenge. I see. And you don't even tell me what it is. You never tell me. Within top 5. Wow. So if it dies, the challenge dies with it. That's another reason why I haven't gotten rid of them. Like, because I could have sold them. And I very well may sell a few of them. It's just I haven't really been inclined to. Yeah, but it's just no matter what, I will be keeping at least a few of them because of the whole failure rate thing, which is just ridiculous. But I like to have backups of things anyway, like regardless of the whole Xbox failure rate thing. So like, I like having backups of each console. It just makes me feel better, especially because, you know, as time goes by, rarer and more expensive and all that. The biggest problem is I don't have a PC to record anything. Oh no! If you did tell me, I'm sorry, but I forgot. That stinks. Maybe you did. Sorry. Excuse me. That's a bummer. Could buy one of your 360s signed by Andy? Well, it's not signed by me, but I could sign it. I don't know how easy it would be to see, though, because those particular consoles already look like garbage. It's kind of funny. Yeah, they look like they're supposed to be all beat up and destroyed, so my signature would probably like blend in, but I suppose, yes, that is possible. Let's see how this goes. So I'm not really sure if this is going to be like our most difficult corridor or not, but I get the feeling it's going to be tough no matter what. Which it seems like it is, because I think I'm about to die. My goodness! Andy! Heck! Heck! Nice. Goodness, this is pretty intense. Nice. Okay. What are we gonna fight? Oh, it's this thing again. Alright. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be handled the same, but we'll see what happens. Oh! I think I'm hurting it a lot. It seems like this is being very... Oh, wow! Dang, nice! I'm super broke, but I'll keep it in mind. I'm sorry you're super broke. I know the feeling. Been there plenty of times. Got my ups and downs for sure. Especially these days with what's going on and stuff. Oh, freaking hecka, finally! Watch it not even be all that great. But man, finally we got a gun upgrade. It's been like 30 years. Oh, heckums. Gosh. And my good PC died on the year that I have to stay home a lot. That is a bummer, yeah. It's about as old as the one that died, but I don't know how long this one will last, sure. Boo. Okay, routing, sure. All the games that are also yeah. That's alright, Gundam. I'm glad you're working on stuff like that. Well, I guess let's head towards this seemingly last area. Man, I was wondering if we'd ever get another gun upgrade. Or if I'd like missed it. Cool. That's so weird that like 4 and 7. Why? Cool. Hey, I have to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. pay a lot to have one like my last one. Yeah, PCs are pretty dang pricey. Wait, is my microphone working? Oh, okay. Alright, good. Just make sure. Well, good luck, Gundam. I hope you get one sooner rather than later. Dang. I don't know, and I'd rather not know, by the way, if anybody does actually know. I'm just thinking to myself, is this the last area? I'm very curious. It kind of feels like it could be. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm actually fully powered up, score-wise, like, for the health there, but we'll see what happens. Good luck to us. I have a feeling I'm gonna get wrecked. Oh, the music's all different too. Cool. Wait, is this gonna be like a boss rush kind of thing? That would be cool. Nice. I would love a boss rush. Dang, cool. Nice, dude! We got like a boss rush going! Okay, this is getting cool. Nice. Man, these constant rocks. Nice. Okay, this boss actually scares me a little bit. Nice, okay, cool. I like the goofy look on this one's face. It's pretty good. I missed a... Actually, I was gonna say I missed a power-up back there that was pretty good, but I didn't actually really need it, so that works out. This guy's gonna get mad. Yeah, he's making a mess now. He's raging. He's throwing a fit. Oh my gosh, poor Nintendo. Poor Nintendo is not happy. I'm really glad I put that extra fan on my Nintendo. Because if you... it gets hot. Like, it really does. Cool. What do I want to do on this guy? I guess I'll just... Well, actually, let's try... We haven't tried that. Did I just kill it? Oh. I forgot that it disappears like that. I was like, wait, what? I think it died that. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, what's happening? Wait, we didn't beat it, did we? Oh, that's a cool looking image. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was gonna say, I didn't know if, I thought maybe it ended, and I was like, okay, but no, alright. Wow, so we just destroyed that, but I guess there's more. Okay, this is interesting. If we just destroyed the whole planet thing, this, oh, I'm so curious right now. Whoa, what is left? Whoa! Okay, alright. Good luck, us! I'm using everything now. I don't care. I'm using it all! Ouch. I can't quite tell its like hitbox area and stuff, so I don't know. I'm just trying to be careful, but it's a little confusing. Oh, 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 damage. Ouch, 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 ouch. This boss is kind of confusing. Ooh, I want that, I want that, I want that. Yes, okay. Oh, nice. This is good timing. That was a level up sound. Okay, come on, be careful, Andy. Turn around. I think I'm just getting tired, so I'm making very silly mistakes right now. I hope I'm, like, effectively hurting this thing. Oh, that looks like a good sign. Okay. I kind of like, it's a little disappointing, honestly, that they've used the same boss music as like all the other bosses that you fight. It feels like it should be a little more epic music. It's not bad, but it's just like, you know, we've already heard this a lot of times. Oh man. Sorry I'm not reading chat, I just... Your final whoa! Wow! Cool! We did it! Man! You are the greatest player. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I guess that's like the ship back there, and then... What is down and to the right of her? Like, what is that? Password? What? Oh, maybe that was the programmer of passwords? I need to stop the timer. Wow! Wow! $11 I mean, breaks and stuff, so that was probably closer to, like, I would think, like, 9 something. Okay. So a pretty good amount of gameplay in this. I will catch up with you guys. I'm just taking it in, you know? Like, cool. Produced by IREM, created by Compile, and yet neither of them are mentioned. They're like heavy hitters, but yet like on the manual it says like Broderbund, which is interesting. Maybe that's like a company that they put together just for this. I don't know. Is it just gonna sit here? I guess we'll let it sit in case it wants to show us any secretive stuff. I'll try to catch up with you guys. That was intense because I was thinking, I didn't want to say it, but I was just like, I was nervous because we blew up the planet thing that we've been playing on this whole time. And I was like, well, if it's blown up, does that mean all the save points are gone? And if all the save points are gone, if I die on the final boss, what happens? I feel like they probably would let you start somewhere, but I didn't want to find out the hard way. Aces 10, hey, welcome back. Thank you. Thanks, Gundam. Looks like some sort of shoe. I think it might be a helmet piece, because when you walk around in the game, you do seem to have something on your head kind of protruding a little too and stuff. That's my guess. But it is kind of weird. It's like, why do they have that there like that? Just wondering about the possibility maybe you already have the game and I wanted you to play someday. The game that you on 360 Gundam? Put her shoe on her head? Maybe she does. Alright, I'm going to start pressing buttons and see what happens. So we're going to start off with B, A, D-pad, select, and the big one, start. Oh. Password TGL. The Guardian Legend. Hey. Now, I believe I've actually seen this password somewhere. On like when I was looking about the weapon power-ups and stuff. I think if you put TGL in as the password, it's you basically just play the game as the ship sections only. So it's like straight up shoot 'em up, which is cool. Pressing start again. Select A, B. Now I'm just mashing. Okay, I think you actually have to press reset to continue at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope you tell me one day. I would love to know what it is. I would love to know what game you're always mentioning on 360. All right, I'm like holding buttons now too, and like a whole bunch of stuff, different combinations, but nothing is happening. So I'm guessing this is actually it. As far as I know too, I think you're like because the final score made me think of it. We hit level 23, I believe, but I think you can actually go up to 25. But I guess you really have to farm to do that. Yeah, man. This game was very interesting. Took longer than I expected. First of all, I did not expect this game to last as long as it did. I thought we were gonna like play this and be like kind of done in, I don't know, an hour to 3 hours or something. I did not realize there was so much content. I guess I'd like to share too how I like feel about it overall, which is this game's got some really cool stuff to it. It's also got some issues. Overall though, I enjoyed it. It just, I wish there was more variety of the stages, because they had different like color schemes and stuff. But overall, it felt very, very samey the whole time. Like, it was just like... It just all kind of blended together. Like, if you say to me, you know, hey, Life Force, remember that game? And I'd be like, oh yeah, it had the bone stage, and it has, like, the space stage that's, like, more, like, inside of like some kind of cave and stuff, and like some other area that's like on fire and all that. If you said to me, well, Guardian Legend, can you describe the areas? I'd be like, well, I mean, there's like kind of an organic looking area, and then there's like lots of blocky areas, and then like, and then the shoot 'em up sections, I mean, they like have stuff on them, but a lot of it is like kind of, again, just doesn't really stand out. So I feel like in that way it just made it feel like a little long for my taste, because it just felt so similar. Yeah, Judge, welcome back, by the way. Yeah, the music was very repetitive after a while. Definitely very samey music. And like I said, the final boss, like, come on, that should have had different music. And if this is a work by Irem and Compile, I'm kind of surprised, actually, that it didn't. But I still feel like overall that what would be really cool is if there was one day a remake of this game. Preferably not in 3D at all, because I think most of you know I like my 2D hand-drawn sprite graphics. But yeah, like, I feel like you have a very good foundation of a game here. It could use some touching up and like more discernible areas and whatnot, and of course a save system, which, you know, at this point, you know, just you can save rather than a password. Yeah, like I would actually be like, if somebody said, you know, would you like to see a remake of this game where it enhances some of that stuff like that? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm really glad I got to beat this game too. Like, the Guardian Legend, very cool name for a game, and definitely a cool game. Yeah, I'm happy. Sweet. What if it used live 2D? I don't actually know what that is. I do not know. Oh my goodness. That's it for me for tonight. Ah, my goodness. That was fun. That was a good time. I'm glad we got it done. Cause there's other games I definitely want to play. I don't know what the heck we're gonna play next, but something else. 2D graphics move like they're 3D. I'd have to see it. I would have to see to know how I feel about it. Maybe that's an alternate version, Judge. Anyway, guys, I am tired. I am hungry. And we beat the game. I'm happy. So this was a good time. Thank you for keeping me company. And I wish you all well. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be around. You know me. I stream when I stream. But this was fun. Thank you again, everybody. I'm really glad to just share this with all of you. You know, it's like, it's one thing to beat a game on your own, but for me, usually I'm just kind of like, oh, I wish somebody else could have seen this and got to experience it with me, and it's really nice, so thanks for that. I do appreciate it. Anyway, y'all take care of yourselves, please, and stay safe out there. Much love to you, my friends, and I'll see y'all next time. Good night, everybody.